How many cups of coffee do you drink a day? 1 cup? 2 cups? How many of you drink an energy drink to kickstart your day or to get you through the day? I never knew how addictive caffeine could be until a wise old man once told me it is never good to be dependent upon anything. It was the summer of 2016 when my family and I took a trip down to Florida. My mom and my sister wanted to be beach bums, but my dad and I wanted to go fishing with a family friend named Alvin. So instead of catching up on the boat that day, we decided to get together the night before the fishing trip. We sat down watching the sunset, and as Alvin was laying back in his chair, I wanted to offer him a cup of coffee. And as he smiled and gently declined, I was confused as to why an old man his age didn't want a cup of coffee. And he explained it to me. He said that it's never good to be dependent upon anything, and he never wants to be dependent upon anything. He doesn't want to have to get up in the morning and get a cup of coffee or have to have a cup of coffee to go to the bathroom, per se. So, he never wants to be dependent upon anything. I really took this to heart and looked at his dedication of not drinking coffee, so I wanted to be just like him. Now, I'm not here to persuade any of you to not drink coffee. What I'm here to do is tell you what caffeine is, what you can find it in, what drinks you can find it in, the health effects, and the withdrawal symptoms. So, let's talk about what caffeine is. Billions of people drink caffeine every year. According to Healthline, caffeine is a natural stimulant mostly found in coffee, tea, and coca plants. It works by stimulating the brain and the central nervous system. Now let's talk about the drinks that you can find it in. There's 4 common ones: coffee, energy drinks, tea, and soda. First, let's talk about coffee. Healthline says 95 milligrams of coffee are found in the caffeine, but can range from 0 to 500 milligrams. That's a lot. Energy drinks, D. Noon at WebMD says 20% more caffeine than what the label says. So this means that the companies are lying to you about how much caffeine is really in that drink. Soda. Doctors from Health Express, specifically German, says that Coke has 29 milligrams of caffeine in it, Diet Coke has 38 milligrams, and Mountain Dew has 45 milligrams. It's crazy to think that Diet Coke has more caffeine than Coke does, so it's truly not any better for you. Tea, on the other hand, the Mayo Clinic proved black tea has 47 milligrams. That's more than Mountain Dew, which is crazy. Now let's talk about the health effects that you can find with drinking caffeine. Lennard Journal of American Dietetic Association says 99% of caffeine ingested goes throughout the whole body. That means it goes in the tissues and all the organs, just like that. Now there's 2 types of caffeine intake. There's acute and there's chronic. The side effects with acute are hypertension, increased plasma and cholesterol levels, and disrupting sleep patterns. Chronic has renal, cardiovascular, and central nervous system problems. So that can really mess up your whole body system. Now that we know the health effects with it and you're thinking, oh, maybe I should get off of coffee, there are some withdrawal symptoms that you have to be aware of. There are 5 common ones that people have. The first one is weird dreams. Simply Health Today says it will affect your brain on a chemical level. You're used to putting that caffeine in your body, so it's messing up with your weird dreams, like I said, with the sleep patterns. Blurred vision is another common one because, again, people who are working late shifts, per se, they drink a lot of coffee, so if they immediately stop that, they start to have weird blurred vision. Another one is muscle aches and pains. You're putting that caffeine into your body, so if you stop, all those lost minerals aren't there anymore, so your body starts to tense up and you have muscle pains. Headaches is the most common one that people have when they withdraw from caffeine. This is because for most, the headache will start the moment caffeine has worked itself out of the system. This is because blood vessels almost immediately dilate and blood pressure will try to normalize it. So, weird cravings come to play when the body says something is missing. You're used to putting that caffeine into your body, and yes, it's going into your stomach, but once you stop doing that, then it's like, where did everything go? So now that I've told you about what caffeine truly is, what drinks can be found with it, what the health effects are, and what the withdrawal symptoms are, you guys have the choice to say no, like I did and what Alvin told me, or to continue it. Again, it's your choice, but I like to do what Alvin said and say no to this little cup of coffee that just says, drink me.